Hello, I'm Anthony Hughes. Stage and space templates offer an easy visual way to create mixes for your Dorico projects. They are a convenient way of setting pan and reverb settings, allowing you to emulate different instrument positions, and they're great for adding instruments from different libraries and making them sound well together. They also offer an easy way to hear what your project would sound like in a different space. There are two new buttons on the mixer toolbar. The first opens the live stage, which gives a visual representation of how your players are arranged. Think of this as how musicians position themselves relative to each other every time they perform as an ensemble. Instruments can be moved to different positions on the live stage in order to place them to the left or to the right of the stereo image, or to make them sound closer or further away. And this can be done during playback. You can move several instruments at the same time, and you can expand or contract the distance between a selection of instruments. Under the hood, moving instruments to the left or right sets the pan of that instrument's channel in the mixer, and moving it forwards or backwards affects the send level to the effects channels. The scope of these changes are defined by the space that your stage is set in. This second button on the mixer toolbar opens the live space. If the stage resembles how players position themselves when performing together, the space represents the different rooms, studios, and concert halls that those ensembles might perform in. Players of an ensemble always sit in the same configuration, but the venue they're performing in can vary. Here you can set the extent of the pan settings. So for example, you might wish to limit left and right pan to a maximum of 50%. Then you can set your near and far sends to have a drier signal at the front and more reverb to the back, as this is how instruments would appear to sound in a live environment. In this space, one effects channel is being used, with a reverb effect applied, and when an instrument is at the front of the stage, the send level will be lower than when they are at the back of the stage. We can see all of this in action if we view the mixer alongside the live stage. Currently, the piano is sitting directly in the middle of the stage, and we can see the pan is centered. Dragging the piano to the left of the stage will set the pan to the left, and dragging it to the right will set the pan to the right. Bringing the piano to the front of the stage will result in a lower send level, and taking it to the back will result in a higher send level. In the mixer, it's now possible to add up to 8 effects channels. By way of example, I'm going to remove the reverb plugin from the effects channel and instead load an EQ plugin, boosting some of the higher frequencies. Then I can add a new effects channel, load a reverb plugin with a large hall preset, and I'll also load that EQ plugin and just reduce some of those high frequencies. It's now possible to rename mixer channels, so let's give these effects channels more identifiable names. Now let's set the live space to make use of these channels. I'll set the near send to use the near channel and the far send to use the far channel. When I press OK, you can see that both sends have been activated for the piano channel. I'll open the live stage, and as I play back, I'll move the piano from the front of the stage to the back, and you'll be able to hear the difference. Dorico includes a number of stage and space templates that are automatically loaded with project templates, and that can be applied to any of your own projects. For example, starting a project with the brass quintet template will automatically apply the chamber brass stage template, and starting a new project using the film orchestra template uses the orchestra stage template. Apply a different stage template simply by double-clicking it in the dialog. Stage templates are saved with your projects. A stage template contains position information for all instruments that are likely to appear in ensembles that it is designed to work with. There are also positions defined for instrument families that will be used for instruments that do not have their own specific placement on the stage. You can save your live stage as a stage template in order to reuse it in other projects. You can also create your own stage templates from scratch or using an existing template as a starting point. Drag instruments or instrument families onto the stage to position them. If you drag more than one of the same instrument onto the stage, they will be numbered and those positions will be used when more than one of that instrument is added to the project in setup mode. You can make an instrument the generic position for that instrument type by clicking the Unnumbered button, and also define soloists. You can also group instruments, as you might with ensembles such as double choirs and so on. A preference in the Play category lets you specify a default stage template to be used when starting new empty projects. And there's an option in the Expression Map editor to choose whether to apply stage template settings, as some sound libraries are pre-positioned and you may wish to avoid further mixing. Similarly, there are a number of space templates to choose from, or you can define your own, either by modifying an existing one or by saving your live space. Any instruments not defined in the current stage will use this fallback Y position, where 0 is at the front of the stage and 1 is at the very back. Space templates can be used to store your preferred effects setups that you can then quickly summon in any project. You can set a space template as part of a playback template, and there's an option in the Play category of preferences that lets you override space templates with one of your choice, which will affect new projects and override whatever is specified in a playback template. And that's stage and space templates in Dorico 5. I'm Anthony Hughes. Thanks for watching.